Okay, knock if you need 30 more seconds. Awesome. Okay.
I need like 30 more minutes.
30 more minutes? There's a bus in 30 minutes.
Your mom. That's cool. Your mom said that.
What did her mom say?
Yeah. Her mom
She
said
said stuff with
She
her.
hasn't been texting me lately.
Okay. Okay, so everybody doing pretty good? So let's go over these real quick.
Just kidding.
Can someone, Ethan, how would you like to read number 1, please?
What did howitzers replace from the Civil War era?
Does anyone know the answer to number 1?
I don't even know.
Huh?
Okay, well, we'll go over it. I just want to see where everybody's at, see if you know any of it. Damaris, can you read number 2, please?
Why did England have such a large naval fleet?
Why did England have such a large naval fleet? Does anybody know? Ethan?
Because they are a, what do you call it? I don't know. A superpower?
Archipelago? No,
Because
you're close though. I
they're
know what you're talking.
surrounded by...
What do you call an island surrounded? What do you call a country surrounded by water?
Island.
An island, exactly right. An island nation. There you go. Okay.
Germany.
Emily, can you write number 3? I'm sorry. Can you?
Number 3, okay.
Number 3.
Where did tanks get their name?
Okay, so here's the problem. Some of your papers in this are out of order, so my bad. It's just the way it ended up. Where did tanks get their names? Does anybody know where tanks got their names?
It's from England.
No? Okay, good. This is good. We're all new information today. This is fantastic. Number 4. Who'd like to read number 4? Anita, can you read number 4 for us? Hello? You read number 4? I'm sorry. Is that Anita? Is that your name? No, I'm sorry. I'm mixing you up with somebody else. What's your name? Abby. Sorry. Thank you. Abigail. Sorry.
What revolution inspired this advantage weaponry?
What revolution inspired this advanced weaponry?
The German Revolution.
No? Anyone know off the top of your head? We just covered this in the Age of Revolutions. No? Okay, another one. We're going to learn so much today. This is going to be great. Next one. If you read number, let's see. Yeah, Robert, you want to read number 4?
Would aircraft have on warfare?
Okay, then number 3. What impact did aircraft have on weaponry?
It really helped with
On warfare.
information and the bomb.
Yeah, that's pretty
I know
good.
why they're called tanks.
Hold on, 1 second. We'll get to that. Okay, and then the last one. Who wants to read number 4? What's the difference between submarines? Well, I just read it. There goes that. Okay, does anyone know what's the difference between submarines and U-boats?
U-boats are German, submarines are American.
Yeah, what you said.
That's actually the right answer. Look at there.
Wait, is
Nobody else has gotten that. Nice work.
this
That's the German way of spelling boat.
Is
So it says boot. So if you ever see that movie called Das Boot, it's called The Boat in German.
Whoa.
Anyway, so here we go. So basically, everybody, we're going to go through these as we go through the next set of vocabulary words, and we're going to answer these. So please write them in there as we go through, okay? So here we go. Number 1, first one, World War I howitzer. What's the first question?
What did howitzers replace from the Civil War era?
What did howitzers replace from the Civil War era? Cannons, exactly right. This is a perfect example of militarism. Cannons were these short little guys that like 2 people could move like this and fire essentially at a squat. Look at, there's like 5 or 6 people standing on this thing. It has giant wheels and it can fire long range. This is a perfect example of militarism between Civil War and World War I. So the answer to what did the World War I howitzer replace? Cannons. There we go. So put that in your book. Make sure you answer that. Put it in your book. These are all going to be, like I said, daily points. So, all right. World War I, British Naval Fleet. So we're at 1914 here. This is right at the onset of World War I, and they have thousands and thousands of boats. And what is the answer to question number 2? They were an island nation. Up until this point, the only way you could invade England was by boat. So that's the answer to that. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, in World War II, I was like,
Why did England have such a large naval fleet? Island nation. Okay. Moving on. So this is where they kind of jump around a little bit, so I apologize for that. But, so here we go. World War I planes. So there were no planes in the Civil War. Can someone tell me why there were no planes in the Civil War?
They did not find out about aluminum until World War I. That's what they mainly used to make planes.
You're on the right track, but not quite.
In the Civil War?
Why did they not have planes in the Civil War?
I mean, they didn't need them.
What did you say?
I mean, they weren't as advanced.
They hadn't even been invented yet.
Yeah.
They weren't invented. The Wright brothers flew the first plane in 1903. Here we are in 1914, and look at how far they've come already. So basically, they took the plane and said, we're going to use this for war. So, and is anybody familiar with Snoopy? People read Snoopy? Is that like a thing? Who is Snoopy's like big idol? World War I, the Red Baron, exactly right. Does anybody know who the Red Baron was?
He was a German pilot.
A German pilot, exactly right.
He killed supposedly 80 pilots.
And
Yeah.
he also shot down a plane with his pistol. He
You
did.
guys know so much about this stuff. Okay. So what are some advantages of having planes in the military? In a war, I should say. Hold on, 1 second. Let me try to get somebody else here. Somebody have any answers? What are some advantages of having planes in a war? Yes, go ahead.
They can bomb people from far distances.
They can bomb people from really high up. That's really good. It's pretty safe if you're a pilot and you're dropping bombs. No one's going to get you. What's another one? Somebody else who hasn't spoken. How about from front here? Taylor.
He's got a great idea.
No,
right
no,
here,
no,
right here.
stop, no.
What would be the advantage of having a plane in World War I?
He's got a great idea.
You can do what now?
See where the enemy's at?
You can see where the enemies are. That's a really good answer. You can fly really high up and see where people are up
Actually,
mashing.
they used to have cameras implanted in the bottom of the plane.
This is probably before that, but you're
Yeah.
probably right. Okay, what are some disadvantages of having planes taking off and landing?
Fragile. They know where you are.
They know where you are. Planes are not exactly quiet. And if they're taking off and landing from the same place, pretty much the enemy knows where you are. JJ, did you have one? Did you have a similarity? I'm sorry, I missed you. Yes.
Oh, yeah. 2-4?
What'd you say?
We were saying, shows where the troops are. That's what we were gonna say, the same thing.
Yeah,
Show
it
where the
does.
troops are.
You can see the troops from, yeah. That's a big disadvantage of having planes. They're really loud. They go, and people from hundreds of miles away can hear you. You know, well, maybe not hundreds of miles, but you know what I mean. Anyway, okay. So what impact would aircraft have on warfare? Big advantage is being able to fly really high and get away really fast. I mean, right? This is one of the ones in your book. So
But also you could move troops.
you can transport troops. You can transport supplies. You got another one? You got another one?
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh. So make sure everybody writes that in your books.
So put things- Is that wasn't a number on our,
Well, they're out of order, unfortunately. Which, it's my first day.
so would that be 7 or are we gonna use that as like?
It's on there.
There should be on there. It's just maybe out of order. It's maybe number 6 or number 5
Wait,
actually.
which one?
What impact did aircraft
Oh,
have on
okay, I
warfare?
see,
Oh.
I see, okay.
Sorry, I was sorry.
Like I said, it's confusing. That's sorry.
So what do we?
What impact did World War I planes have on?
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Okay.
So,
We're back on track. I feel like we're in a good place now.
sorry. I just was thinking about it.
Okay? All right, moving on. Submarines. Big part of World War I, also not a big part of the Civil War. Big difference there. They had some that were pretty rudimentary, but this is definitely an improvement technologically. Made of totally metal. They had the torpedoes they could fire. You could knock down boats. So you could wipe out that whole English fleet that looked like it was from the Civil War era. All those wooden boats. And then a German U-boat, which the U stands for
Underwater.
Unterseeboot. Guess what Untersee means? Under the sea, exactly right. German art language, right? So it's an undersea boat. What do you suppose we would call that in English?
A submarine.
A submarine. So the question is, what is the difference between a submarine and a U-boat?
A U-boat is German.
A U-boat is German. That's exactly right. So that's the answer. Let's put that in there.
Why don't we
So
call
if
them?
ever somebody references a U-boat, you know it's German. If someone references a submarine, English, American, French, whatever.
Not
That's the
German.
only real difference. Unterseeboot. What's that?
Who had the name first?
Oh, I
Hey,
don't know.
who do
That's a
it?
good question.
Difference between submarines.
Probably the Germans. They seem to be in the forefront of a lot of things. They like their weaponry over there, I'll tell you that. Okay, is everybody good? Everybody's got that in their book?
What about prototypes?